It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
What I enjoyed this week is that you were asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it is permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team that wins.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Quick slant caught by Kirk. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brand, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll go option to the short side. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man. Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackles. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. And I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he...
Touchdown, Cardinals! A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Phillies off defense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Defense gets up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9. Hurts sets up to throw it. Open lane, that's Devontae Smith. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They go play action with Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Cliff Kingsbury is saying, hey, let's take another look at that. He's going to throw down the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because it didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Hurts throw taken in by Cooper here. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch. Not much there, only a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Here's Hurts to throw. Looking for the end zone. This is caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown there to make the grab. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, sings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
And here's Tucker McCann now for the PAT. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive takes him down the field at 8 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Each team's had it. Each team has scored 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he's got room. He'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A great call there and a big run on the draw.
first play of the drive, a first down run. That sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
First down, he'll drop to throw it. Eagle pressure, too much this time. And send back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
That time, Charles, great job keeping him in the pocket and not letting him escape.
And Brandon, I think this was a great example of the front and the back working together, meaning the back covering, no place to go with the football, and the front, terrific job on the edge so he couldn't escape outside. And then, of course, the inside pressure kept him hemmed in as well.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so. And that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Isaiah Simmons. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And they'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. These two teams all tied after one. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Hurts. In trouble, and he's taken down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10.
Well, the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? First play of the drive, excellent run, just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On 1st down, Barnett. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get the defense rising to the challenge and setting it back on the sand.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 37.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, he had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
Sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll set up to throw. It's caught. Smith fights through, and now a crease. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Slant to Adams. And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then, and now after that completion there, they've got a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he stopped immediately there.
extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. It's the fullback taking it in. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with a smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground and Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
How they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On 1st down, Hurts. Quick slant here to Smith. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Throwing is Hurts. This is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run on 1st down. It's Barnett, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's 2nd and 8. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And they're going to take possession inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
So the first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I hung around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. He'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On second and goal, Hurts. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a third and goal situation. Now a timeout defense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. McCann's kick up and good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there, and he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, we're off to check out another game. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. The Falcons start the campaign 1-0 with the road victory. And finally, on Monday Night Football, should be a good one there between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Bucks. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Fielded just outside the goal line. It takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Caught at the 26. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. He'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. On play action, they'll throw. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Oh, why are we doing this?
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That last run good enough to have him surpass for his career. Get this, folks, 12,000 rushing yards.
And how about this? You're in shouting distance now of the top 10 all-time rushers in NFL history. And in short order now, you've got Thurman Thomas, Franco Harris, Marcus Allen, and Edgerrin James right ahead of you. He can zoom past them with just a few more carries.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. McCann's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now, 14-13. Decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. Now let's salvage 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the 2nd half. First down. Barnett, he can't get him down. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Barnett. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Barnett. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. On 2nd down, it's Barnett. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 42. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Barnett. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
55 rushing yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
To throw now on first down. And down he goes. They send him back. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
They'll set up a throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, 41 yards. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
This has to be great for the psyche of this offense. Presented with bad field position, they didn't let it stop them. They rolled downfield and scored a touchdown.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Come the Eagles. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12. Now back to throw. Completes it right side to Cooper. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. They're going to look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So that one will be accepted. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of 2 there. Second down. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. To throw on third and goal. Eluding the pressure right. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. Touchdown.
Chiefs have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. And he'll get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now. They got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Boy, a potential game changer there here in the 4th quarter to kick that out of bounds. And now they get great field position at the 40 in a tie ball game.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
Making it happen, Catherine. Making it happen.
Defense gets a pick 6 TD. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run. Read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Here's Landry. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the 4th. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Over the middle here to Brown. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. That one looks like he'll throw here. It's caught, Cooper. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And he rifles one incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. They'll run with Barkley, able to push his way through. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. So that'll back him up 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. So the flag is free. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And with that